First time to Grenada.
First time?
Very nice.
Yeah. Oh, you would have to
Honorable Andy Williams, Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, and our Acting Prime Minister. The Honorable Lennox Andrews, Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT, and the Creative Economy. Mr. Randall Dolland, Chairman, Grenada Tourism Authority. Ms. Petra Roach, Chief Executive Officer at the GTA. Members of the Grenada Tourism Authority Board of Directors, especially Director Jacqueline Alexis, and our management team. Mr. Daniel Blake, Director of Operations, JetBlue Boston, and esteemed JetBlue executives. Travel and tourism industry partners and members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. It is my pleasure on this extremely incredible event to have the first service out of Boston into Grenada on JetBlue Airways to invite to the podium our Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Mr. Randall Dolland, to make some brief remarks. Mr. Dolland.
All right. Thank you all. Can you hear me okay? Okay, so again, it's a pleasure to be here this afternoon with you all. So of course recognize the Honorable Andy Williams, Minister for Implementation, Mobilization, Transformation, and the Acting Prime Minister. Our Honorable Minister Lennox Andrews, Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT, and the Creative Economy. Petra Roach, our CEO of the GTA. Members of JetBlue, the executives of JetBlue. Members of the Tourism Authority, the Board of Directors, management team, and of course the travel and tourism partners, media, invited guests, welcome all to this wonderful occasion. It was a wonderful flight down and a very proud moment for all Grenadians, not just for Grenada, but for Grenadians in the diaspora, Grenadians living in Boston, that we're now able to establish this new jet bridge into Grenada. For quite some time, a lot of the anyone leaving from Boston had to connect through JFK to get to our beautiful destination. At least, I think almost 10% of the flights of the passengers heading back to JFK on JetBlue were connected to Boston, and now we've established that bridge, where we know that there is a demand, pent-up demand, for visitors from that area to travel to Grenada. So I have this wonderful speech prepared for me. And I think I'm just going to wing it. And of course, this pretty much speaks from my heart, because the experience in Boston was, of course, it was enlightening. And it did truly touch me. We met a gentleman yesterday that runs an established bakery up there, 250 employees, and providing baked products for like that entire area. And listening to him and listening to how enthusiastic he was that he could actually use his service now and fly into Grenada more directly and easily was great. And as well as meeting members of the diaspora in Boston, interacting with them. We had our launch event at a Grenadian establishment in Boston, and it was a very proud moment, doing this wonderful launch in a great Grenadian establishment from guys who I went to school with here in Grenada. So as the first time I saw them after all this time, and seeing them running their businesses and us doing a launch there, and such a quality product and a quality environment was truly, it truly resonated. I would like to just, pass the message on as we have the media in the room. That, of course, we always sell and promote Grenada, sell and promote the destination. The Tourism Authority is dedicated to improving the products and services on island in Grenada. Again, with our human resources, we started with the Pure Grenada Excellence Champion to try to raise the bar for most Grenadians and experience when you're interacting with our people. We're known as the friendliest people in the Caribbean, and we want to continue to raise that bar and level of professionalism. If you go today to look at some of the forts, Grand Town, you will see some upgrades and improvements that we're making to the product. We just completed the underwater sculpture park in Molinette. We have 31 new statues that have now been just submerged, moorings put in place to make it a very easy, convenient way for anyone visiting the park. They can do so safely, and they see wonderful statues that talk and represent our culture, our folklore, our history. As we go towards 50 years of independence, it's important that we continue to upgrade and serve, improve our products, improve our offerings, because that way makes a job for the travel agents, for JetBlue and everyone else to sell those places, sell that flights. And again, as I said in Boston, we're starting with, once a week, every Saturday. Petrol, we have to take this up to daily service. So that is the goal. And again, I'd like to thank JetBlue. You've been a wonderful, wonderful partner. We love working with you. Your team is great. And you've really shown your commitment and dedication to the destination. You're now adding, you're going to have 2 daily services from JFK in the season. And of course, this flight from Boston. It really shows that, you walk what you speak. You're acting it out. And we really love working with you. We really appreciate you. We appreciate that, you've always gone the extra mile to help serve us as a destination. I'd like to, of course, thank our tourism authority, the excellent work done by members of the team. They worked tirelessly in Boston, worked tirelessly in Grenada, and of course, Petra Roach. The first thing she said when they came on board was, "We got to get that flight from Boston." And I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, the numbers prove it, and we're going to work it, and we're going to get it." And so said, so done. So thank you for that. And of course, our minister, who's been leading our way, guiding us through the process, and really being instrumental in helping the GTA sort of achieve the goals and the broader vision for tourism in the destination. So thank you all. And again, to the media, since you're here, we spread this message to the rest of the world. Again, it's not just about us promoting Destination Grenada, but also for Grenadians here to know that Boston is a beautiful city. It's actually my first time visiting. And I would love to go back. Clean city, historical, full of culture, great food. We like seafood here, and they have a lot of seafood there. A lot of big lobsters. So if you like lobster, that's definitely the place to be, place to go. So the thing is that, it goes 2 ways, right? Besides that, it's a jet bridge. So it's a lot of promoting to our people here that, it's not just direct flights to New York anymore, but there's a whole other city in Boston that we have to go and we have to explore and truly enjoy. So with that, I'd like to thank you all. It was a proud moment for all of us here, to establish this inaugural service. And I guess with that, sorry I didn't read your notes. I don't know if I'm missing anything. But thanks again. And we continue to work along with you, continue to work along with all of you, continue to spread the word of what the GT is doing, our compliments that we're going to be having, and the things that we're going to be rolling out as we are now on the path to 50 years of independence. And again, thank you all for being here for us for this proud moment. Thank you.
Our chairman indeed spoke from his heart, and I think we can do better and give him a louder round of applause. It is now my honor to invite to the podium Mr. Daniel Blake, Director of Operations, Boston Logan International Airport, and representing the JetBlue team. Mr. Blake.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. What a very warm welcome. I really want to acknowledge everyone here today. I want to acknowledge our partners. I want to acknowledge our crew members and really thank them for their support. It's a very exciting day for us. Launching a new route is no small task. Without all the hard work and dedication, we would not be here celebrating this milestone. So thank you to everyone who's involved. It really is incredible to think that in 23 years, JetBlue has grown from a small, U.S.-based carrier to now over 100 destinations, spanning across the United States, Caribbean, Latin America, Canada, and now Europe. And now we bring the JetBlue product from Boston to Grenada. We're thrilled to be here to celebrate this milestone, and we absolutely look forward to continuing to provide exceptional service and low fares to our customers in Grenada. We already offer the service from JFK, and adding non-stop service from Boston allows us to really diversify our flying and continue to provide more for our customers. Grenada is a major tourist destination and amongst the most popular in the Caribbean, and we want to fly wherever our customers want us to fly. Grenada has everything a traveler would want in an idyllic vacation, from scenic beaches to rich cultural heritage and world-class hospitality. And adding new routes like this, it's not only important for JetBlue's long-term success, but also provides customers from Boston, between Boston and Grenada, another leisure option to visit their friends and family, which is extremely important. Customers in Grenada will now have not only nonstop service to Boston, but a number of cities throughout the United States and beyond, which JetBlue serves from Boston Logan Airport. At JetBlue, we certainly don't think of our customer. We don't think our customers should have to choose between low fares and great service. We offer both. So a bit more about JetBlue. We consider ourselves a high-value airline whose philosophy is to offer exceptional service at competitive fares, and we ensure every customer enjoys the same level of service. On this route, customers will experience our core and premium Mint service. JetBlue Mint is disrupting business travel. We offer low fares and exceptional experience that has redefined the category. For our Mint service, we have partnered with New York's Delicious Hospitality Group to curate some fantastic meals and cocktails on board. But whether in Mint or Core, customers will love our award-winning service on board and our on-board experience. At JetBlue, everyone on board gets all the JetBlue perks, and they know and love the most legroom in coach, live TV, on-demand entertainment at every seat, complimentary snacks, drinks, and free high-speed Wi-Fi. And of course, we have the best crew members in the industry. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us to celebrate our new Grenada to Boston service.
Thank you, Mr. Blake. We will certainly, as citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, continue to build the demand so that we can see that these routes are successful and profitable for our people and for everyone who comes to visit, and of course our partner JetBlue. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Honorable Mr. Lennox Andrews, Member of Parliament. He needs no introduction really, but we are very grateful for his leadership, his strong leadership as our Minister for Economic Development, Planning, Tourism, ICT, and the Creative Economy. Minister Andrews.
So thank you very much indeed, Nicole, Mrs. Roberts, and I wish to recognize my cabinet colleague and acting Prime Minister, Honorable Andy Williams, our chairman, Mr. Brandon Dolan of the Greater Tourism Authority, Ms. Petra Roach, our Chief Executive Officer and negotiator for Grenada, for the members of the Greater Tourism Authority, Board of Directors, and its management team, and Mr. Daniel Blake, Director of Operations, JetBlue Boston, and of course, the esteemed JetBlue Executive and crew that came with us this morning, travel and tourism industry partners, and members of the public. You know, I thought this inaugural flight was so important that I would break the mere tradition of speaking from my head and read the speech that I would have prepared for this activity. And so I want to begin by recognizing the work of our local team who negotiated with JetBlue to make this direct service from Boston to Grenada that reality that it is today. And so our team, our chairman, Randy Donald, our CEO, Petra, all the staff of the GSTA and of the Ministry of Tourism, The important point is that they all demonstrated their ability to negotiate in the best interest of our country and of our people. In addition to Randy and Petra joining me on this inaugural flight from Boston, I have with me Daisy Hazard, our communications officer, Dr. Stephen Fletcher, lady, our strategic advisor, Mr. Kem Jones. Kem?
Right here.
Right. And you all know Kem as the perhaps most well-known and popular radio personality in Grenada. We have Ms. Shania St. Bernard. Shania there? Shania? I haven't seen her. You know, Shania is, of course, based in New York. During our preparation in Boston for this flight, we met a number of Grenadians, some of whom took the opportunity to be on this flight as well. And there is one, her name is Dawn. I don't see her name here. I don't see her here. Good. But we also had discussion with members of social groups and institutions that have been working on behalf of Grenada in Boston. I must mention James. James, who is deputy governor of the city, is actually a Haitian, and he plans to raise the Grenada flag when independence is reached next year. And there is Andrew. Is Andrew here? From Jamaica. Andrew has been supporting many social work here in Grenada, and he has also taken the opportunity to be with us on this flight as well. It's a pity I didn't see him earlier for him to join us in this gathering. This inaugural flight is the second flight Grenada has with JetBlue. As was stated, there is already the direct flight from New York to Grenada. And the numbers are showing that there is an average load factor of about 90%. We hope that in the foreseeable future, the frequency of this new flight from Boston could increase to possibly 3 times per week. Given the demographic composition of the city of Boston, and the many influential Grenadians who are living in Boston today. The data shows that some 22.2% of the almost 700,000 residents of Boston are of African descent. And within that percentage is a large number of Central America and Caribbean immigrants, coming, of course, from the Dominican Republic and, of course, from Haiti. Some of these people are employed, interestingly, with businesses owned by Grenadians in Boston, as is the case with Mr. Fitzroy Alexander. And he's from Grenada, where I'm from. Fitzroy has a workforce of over 250 people in one of the largest bakeries in the city. Operates 24/7 daily. It's only 3 days for the year. The operation ceases. And he supplies bread and pastries to almost every restaurant and supermarket in the city. In fact, he said to me, he also exports to Canada. And one of those restaurants is the Zanzibar restaurant. Zanzibar restaurant is owned by a young Grenadian from Belmont, and where we had our activity that night. Located in the city. And the band that played for us is a band that is headed by another young Grenadian, Donald Best,
Yes.
Who was trained at Berkeley Music School in Boston, and he has his band, and they played for us. And the band comprises members from St. Vincent, from Barbados, and from other countries. So that tells you how well we are doing in that city. But apart from the increased tourist arrivals to Grenada, Boston offers many other opportunities for strengthening trade and for cooperation between, of course, the city and Grenada. I want to say to you that Boston is regarded as the mecca for education in the United States, with Harvard University and Massachusetts Institute of Technology recognized and often quoted as the principal higher institutions of learning in the United States. Berklee College of Music and Performing Arts is also internationally accepted as the best in the world. And in Harvard, there is this Innovation Center which we visited, and they are making great strides in the area of technological advances. During our stay in Boston, we were able to visit all three institutions and held discussion on possible areas of collaboration, especially as regards our TAMCC here in Grenada, in areas of music and university training. And therefore, as I close, I want to thank JetBlue for that meaningful cooperation with Grenada, which started, my understanding, since 2015. And I see the room for further likely discussion on additional flights, where there has been a great demand for Grenada, from Grenadians residing there. With other international flights, such as American Airlines, which has a daily flight from Miami, Sunwing, Air Canada, British Airways, and Condor, coupled with regional airlines like Inter-Caribbean and Caribbean Airways, and with the Six Senses and other hotels to be opened in the first quarter of 2024, thereby increasing our rooms to over 3,000, I say to you that Grenada and Grenada's tourism is in good hands. Our industry is growing and widening its reach within the country. And our people stands to benefit more and more, given the strong linkage of the industry with other sectors like agriculture, transport, health, education, and of course, the creative industry. Allow me therefore to say to you that I am indeed thankful to be a Minister of Tourism at this period in our economic development and in our economic history. And I pledge to work without rest to develop a resilient and sustainable industry for the benefit of all Grenadians, and perhaps more importantly, for the benefit of all of our children and our children to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Andrews. You made each and every one of us in here doubly proud to be Grenadian today, and even those who are visiting us, they want to be Grenadians as well. We are so awesome, and we appreciate your motivational words. This brings to a close this evening's official celebrations. We will now have a celebratory moment with a toast, and we will then be able to taste a little bit of cake before we adjourn for the afternoon. So thank you again. I'll remind you to go to the JetBlue website, check out the beautiful fares that you can get to go see your friends and relatives in Boston, and let's start building the demand for this fantastic service. Thank you again for joining us.
Yes.
Quick ribbon cutting?
Ah, certainly.
Minister and Prime Minister.
I think somewhere around.
Yeah, I love it.
Anybody who wants.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
There is that big blue one that we
That one couldn't go on the floor. All right, I'll count to, is everybody good? Everybody ready? I'll count to 3. We have enough for everyone. Sorry, flip it over. So every Mexico City we started, we have an artist do a painting of whatever city it is, or whatever destination it is. So this is amazing.
Yeah, take a photo op.
With the champagne. They can take a photo. What are we doing? We're doing a champagne.
So just want to say that when history is written, it will be told that you were the ones that made this possible. And this here is just the beginning of things to come. So I want to say that stronger relations, better relations between JetBlue, Grenada, the United States, and Grenada. Toast.
Cheers!
More success.